When did you realize you were living as fragments? Productive, yet unfocused. Strong but impatient. Clever and scattered. Loving and numb. Your phone sets the rhythm. Your calendar belongs to everyone else. And your winds land cold. You aren't ruling your hours. You're renting them out by the ping. The result is a man who looks capable and feels exhausted. Carl Jung left a practical remedy for this exact modern fatigue. The fourfold council within: king, warrior, magician, lover. Not costumes, functions. When the king frames the day, chaos stops calling the shots. When the warrior moves first, hard things happen on time. When the magician clears the mechanism, effort finally counts. When the lover returns, achievement stops tasting like dust. This is a reset you can run inside a normal week. No retreat, no cosplay, no speeches. We're going to seat each archetype in the life you actually live. Slack pings, school runs, deadlines, rent, and the blue glare of a late screen. You will give the king the morning shape, wake the warrior to do hard things before lunch, clear the magician to design clean systems after, and hydrate the lover so you end the day as a person, not a mask. The payoff is not drama, it's coherence. You will feel quieter inside and heavier in your word. That isn't magic. It's Jung's architecture finally bearing weight. Now sit the council. Your hours belong to whoever names them first. Take them back. Before the world touches you, crown the morning with a sentence and a block. One sentence: the banner you are advancing this quarter, short enough to survive stress. One block: the first 90 minutes reserved for the highest leverage work in your realm. Announce it to no one. Defend it from everyone. A king who cannot protect dawn will bleed all day. Set the tone you expect others to keep. Walk in settled. If rage or panic spikes, step outside the gate. Breathe until your voice fits your crown, then re-enter. Bless in public, correct in private, and promote what you want repeated. Your people, at home and at work, feel your weather before they hear your words. Choose weather on purpose. Decide what enters the castle. Every request is a knock. Hold it against the banner. If it serves the realm, it gets a room. If it doesn't, it waits or dies. Disappoint quickly and cleanly. A fast no is kinder than a slow, resentful yes. Sovereignty is not meanness. It is clarity. Guard thresholds. Do not wake into chaos or stumble from desk to dinner without crossings. Create light rituals. Phone face down until the crown is set. A breath at doorways. A phrase that ends the workday even if thoughts linger. Rites sound quaint until you feel how fast they steady the realm. Audit your taxes on the people. If you are chronically late, you are raiding their time. If you hoard decisions, you are choking growth. If you speak in paragraphs, you are spending attention you did not earn. Tighten. Say fewer words and make them cost more. Delegation is not abdication, it is expansion. Train lieutenants and let them carry weight. Write law you can keep. 2 or 3 rules, not 20. Mornings belong to deep work. Meetings start on time. Promises land on the day promised. Keep them when no one is watching. Law kept in private becomes gravity in public. Carl Jung's king is lawful presence, not a tyrant. When the crown sits properly, your calendar obeys shape. Your yes means something, and your no has edges without heat. Order returns. The warrior stops chasing phantoms because you have chosen real battles. The magician solves what matters because you have chosen real problems. The lover can breathe because the room is safe. This is not theatrics. It's rulership in a modern house. A calm face, a firm schedule, a standard that makes the day hold still. Hold court once a week. Look at the map, not the noise. Where value moved, where bottlenecks live, which alliances need tending. Then issue 3 clear decrees for the next 7 days and write them where you'll trip over them. A realm advances by weeks, not whims. Courage is a habit, not a mood. Build it into your body. Train every weekday, brief, honest, measurable. Move iron, row meters, run hills, carry something heavy. Write the numbers. Sweat teaches your nervous system that pressure is survivable, which makes work feel less like threat and more like terrain. Pick one confrontation daily and do it before lunch. Call the client you're avoiding. Ask the scope question that prevents a week of rework. Say no once, cleanly, without apologies glued to the end. Boundaries refund energy you use to waste managing leaks. This is violence turned into stewardship. Anger is fuel with a flashpoint. If you spray it, you burn your own camp. If you cap it, you poison yourself. Channel it into pace. Faster cleanup, sharper drafts, decisive decisions. Put hands on something that resists you and move it. Motion metabolizes charge better than explanation ever will. Guard your basics like a soldier. Sleep as strategy, food as supply, hydration as readiness. Exhaustion makes small problems look like ambushes. A rested warrior distinguishes drama from danger and spares allies from friendly fire. Courage without recovery is cosplay. Fight real battles. Internet arguments are fake wars with real fatigue. Save aggression for the pieces of reality that bleed when struck and heal when helped. Revenue, readiness, relationships that matter, the next version shipped. Choose targets that move the mission. Quit shadowboxing. Keep a field log. At day's end, write 3 lines. What you faced, what you finished, what you'll hit next. The brain loves closure. The body sleeps cleaner when the blade is sheathed on paper. This quiet ritual hardens resolve more reliably than hype. Carl Jung's warrior is disciplined aggression on behalf of the good. He protects what the king names, implements what the magician designs, and creates the safety the lover needs to open. When your warrior is awake, hesitation shrinks. Deadlines become dates, not rumors. Your word gets heavier because your actions arrive on time. People trust you because you move toward the sound of difficulty. Stand taller when you pass mirrors. Roll your shoulders back before you knock. Look people in the eye when you say the hard sentence. These are not theatrics. They are signals to your own nervous system. I am the one who goes first. Adopt one weekly proving ground that outruns comfort. A long ruck at dawn. A cold plunge you do not negotiate with. A sparring class that teaches you to breathe while being pressed. Hard things done on purpose make soft days less tempting. The point isn't pain, it's proof. Repeated evidence that you can choose difficulty before it chooses you. You don't have a time problem, you have a clarity problem. The magician fixes that. Give him 1 protected hour a day with notifications murdered. Hold a single question long enough to see the mechanism beneath the mess. When the itch to switch arrives, breathe through 10 more seconds. Concentration rebuilds like a muscle when you ask it to. Turn learning into tools within 24 hours. Notes that never ship are ego. Templates and checklists are leverage. If you read, outline what you could teach. If you meet, distill decisions onto half a page someone else can execute without you. Make knowledge portable so your team moves faster when you're not in the room. Design small systems that survive your mood. A working definition of done. A naming convention that saves hours. A pipeline you can scan in a glance. Reduce friction ruthlessly. Most chaos is poor design wearing urgency's costume. The magician makes the work easier than avoidance. Touch the ground. Fancy dashboards lie. The shop floor doesn't. Talk to the person closest to the pain. Open the raw data. Watch the call. Truth hides at the edges where managers rarely look. When you name the real constraint, effort suddenly matters again. Ship ugly, then sharpen. Perfectionism is fear in a tuxedo. Push the draft while the idea is warm. Collect reality. Iterate with dignity. Speed plus honesty beats slow brilliance in modern games. The courage to be seen building is how minds become markets. Create a thought weight room. Same chair, same time, same problem type. Let boredom appear and pass. On the other side sits insight that clickbait never delivers. Your future self will bless the minutes you defended. Carl Jung's magician is lucid perception and useful transformation. He translates chaos for the king, hands the warrior the right tool, and gives the lover a world that makes sense. When he's restored, you stop drowning in options. You see the lever and pull it. Meetings shrink because decisions get crisp. Your calendar feels lighter because confusion isn't siphoning energy. End each day with a simplification. Remove one step from a process, one metric from a dashboard, one app from your phone. Simplicity is kindness to tomorrow's you. Keep carving until the work looks clean enough to invite your best effort. Build a small canon. Choose 5 sources you trust for your craft and revisit them quarterly instead of grazing endlessly. Depth compounds, novelty scatters. Pair that with a thinking walk after lunch, phone away, one problem in your pocket. Let motion stir association until the next step appears you would not have found at your desk. Then go do it before the glow fades. Efficiency without warmth hollows a man. If winds land cold and days taste grey, your lover is dehydrated. Wake him through the senses before the stories. Step outside without headphones and let weather touch your skin. Eat real food sitting down. Breathe from the belly until your ribs move again. Delight is physical long before it is poetic. Aim your affection at building, not numbing. Cook for your people. Write gratitude that asks for nothing. Call your parents while you walk. Sit on the floor and play with your kids, like the phone doesn't exist. The lover is generous presence, not performance. He pulls relationships out of transaction and back into life. Choose pleasures that leave you stronger. Lift with a friend. Read something that stops you quiet. Play music badly and loud. Jump in cold water after work. When your pleasures obey your values, guilt stops shadowing joy, and joy stops sabotaging goals. The day becomes sustainable because it contains sweetness that doesn't invoice tomorrow. Bring this to romance sober. If you chase connection to escape yourself, you will drain each other. If you arrive full, you multiply each other. Let the king set boundaries. The warrior provide safety. The magician keep truth clear. Then the lover can open without flooding the room. Tenderness with structure is how intimacy stays bright. Schedule awe like a meeting. Sunset with the phone pocketed. A gallery on a Tuesday. A long drive with no soundtrack but the engine. Sit with a friend's grief and let it change your voice. Say the thing you keep meaning to say while you still can. The lover anchors you to what matters so ambition doesn't eat you alive. Carl Jung's lover doesn't soften you into weakness. He restores voltage. People will feel the difference before you do. Calmer eye contact, warmer tone, a steadier presence that doesn't need attention to feel alive. Paradoxically, deadlines feel lighter when your heart is fed. You'll work as hard, but you won't grind yourself into a statue. End the day with a small ritual that returns you to personhood. A lamp on, screens off, 10 pages, or quiet on the porch. De-roll on purpose. Let the mask slip so the face can breathe. Tomorrow's work is easier when tonight you actually lived. Practice micro-generosity in your workspace. Bring fruit to the morning stand-up. Share a clean template. Speak a sincere compliment that names effort, not charm. Small warmth changes corridors. And do not outsource touch to accidents. Hug your partner longer than habit. Stretch your back against a doorway. Book the massage you keep postponing. The nervous system believes hands more than words. Teach it that your life contains comfort you did not steal. Imbalance makes trouble in predictable ways. Too much warrior without king becomes fury without aim. Too much king without lover becomes order without mercy. Too much magician without warrior becomes theories that never ship. Too much lover without king becomes devotion without boundaries. Carl Jung's medicine is not to mute your strength, but to seat its counterweight. Diagnose in real time. If you are snapping, your king is quiet. Pause, restate the banner, and decide what actually matters today. If you are drifting through busy work, your warrior is asleep. Pick the hardest honest task and hit it before you negotiate. If you are overwhelmed by options, your magician needs quiet. Kill alerts and hold one problem to the bone. If you feel efficient but joyless, your lover is dry. Step outside, call a friend, put music in the room. Let the archetypes speak to each other. The king asks, "Does this serve the realm?" The warrior answers, "Then I will carry it." The magician adds, "Here is the simplest way." The lover reminds, "And here is why it's worth it." Run decisions through that inner table and watch them simplify. The council is a compass disguised as a conversation. Watch for shadow leaks when one seat is empty. A silenced warrior resents in private and sabotages in passive ways. An absent magician blames politics for what design could solve. A collapsed lover seeks counterfeit intimacy. Doom scrolling, sugar, gossip. A hollow king clings to control and calls it standards. Name the pattern and the spell weakens. Stabilize with cadence rather than drama. Morning crown, midday hard thing, afternoon design, evening D-roll. Hold that order for a month and see how much noise vanishes without a single speech. Humans trust rhythms more than declarations. Your psyche will too. Make repair swift and visible when you miss the mark. If you bark, own it and reset tone. If you slip a deadline, tell the truth and move the date. If you vanish into inputs, return with a tool. If you check out emotionally, re-enter with warmth that costs you a minute of pride. Responsibility is royal oxygen. The aim here is not perfection, it is coherence. You will wobble, the council will argue. Good, that means you're alive. Keep seating all four and the wobble becomes stride. The man who walks that way doesn't need to explain himself. His day explains him. Hold a brief council on Fridays. 10 quiet minutes, 1 page, where each archetype showed up, where one overreached, what balance you'll engineer next week. Write a single sentence vow for each seat and place it where you'll trip over it Monday morning. Small course corrections prevent dramatic course corrections later. Carl Jung gave you a counsel because modern life scatters a man. The king frames the day so alarms stop ruling you. The warrior supplies heat so hard things happen on schedule. The magician brings clarity so effort lands where it counts. The lover gives meaning so success doesn't taste like chalk. When one seat dominates, you burn out, blow up, or drift. When all four sit together, you get pace, presence, and peace. Make it operational, not poetic. Tomorrow morning, set the crown with 1 sentence of direction and 1 protected block. Before lunch, do the hard, honest thing you would usually postpone. After, give the magician an hour to turn mess into a system or draft. Close the day by D-roll and warmth you can feel in your body. Repeat for 30 days. Adjust gently, not drastically. Let rhythm build results you can trust. Measure what matters. Did your word get heavier? Do people feel safer when you say, "I'll handle it"? Did your body carry more work with less drama? Did your decisions get faster because there were fewer of them? Did your rooms feel kinder without getting softer? If yes, keep going. If not, check which chair you left empty and move it back to the table. Expect relapse. Phones will win some mornings. Anger will spill some afternoons. Numbness will tempt some nights. Recovery is simple. Notice quickly, repair cleanly, resume rhythm. You are not starting over. You are continuing the work of being one man, not four fragments fighting. Now make it personal. Whisper an oath only you can hear. I will run my day with crown, blade, craft, and heart. Write one concrete move for the next 24 hours and schedule it like rent. Tell one person who can hold you to it. Put a reminder where your thumb lands first. If this hit home, tell me. Comment your thoughts and hit like. Share this with a brother who looks capable and tired at the same time. Subscribe if you want a steady pull back to the council when life gets loud. I don't want your praise. I want your results. You don't need a new life. You need a united one. Crown the king, wake the warrior, clear the magician, warm the lover. Then go to work like a man who finally knows who's in the room.